What's good, everybody? Time for the NXT review with the Snug Wrestling crew with myself. My name is Edgar. I'm the host, and I got my NXT expert, Tommy T, acting is in the building. What up, Tommy? Welcome to the show, bro. How you feeling today?
What's up? I'm feeling good. NXT in itself is pretty damn good, in my opinion. It had its ups, had its downs, but overall, for me, it was a little bit more good than it was bad.
Not for me, if I'm being honest with you, Tommy. Man, this show was rough for me to see, dog. Um, we had more of these qualifying matches, right? Um, Again, but there's just it just feels like random matches, right? But the good thing is that we have all six competitors already that were announced, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Six, maybe seven, depending on something.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing too. Ava, man. Ava, they're making her look like the worst fucking general manager ever because she's just calling shit on the fly. She's just making up rules as she goes. Like, okay, I'm going to add you. You get a qualifying match, but you don't. And she's just like all over the place with this thing. It makes no sense to me. That shit really pissed me off.
Well, Joe Hendry is slightly injured, so we'll see how this goes.
Okay, so that's how this show started, right? Because Joe Hendry was supposed to be the opening match in a qualifying match, right?
Yeah, against the men's Evolve champion.
Okay. So the men's Evolve champion was seen standing next to a laid out Joe Hendry holding a steel chair, right? And that's the guy that Joe Hendry was going to fight against in this qualifying match.
Yep.
So we don't actually know if his competitor took out Joe Hendry before this match.
We have the feeling and the clues are there, but we don't know for sure because overall we can't prove it. All we know is one of them was holding a chair.
And it goes back again to what Mr. Blood has been complaining about in multiple storylines. If you have a title match, or in this case, it was a qualifying match to be in a title match, and you take out your opponent before the match, it's kind of dumb, isn't it? And I'm starting to see what he's saying now because this was a little ridiculous.
I mean, yeah, but for this one, it made sense because of the fact that it was a qualifying match for the title match, and by attacking Joe Hendry, he didn't have to do anything to get into that ladder match.
But that's not what happened, though, did it?
Yeah, he didn't have the match.
Oh, they didn't? Okay.
No, Ava full-blown said later on that he is in the ladder match, and if Joe Hendry is cleared by next week, Joe Hendry is in it as well. So he did not have to break a sweat to get into that ladder match. He just was in it.
Yeah, so then, that's going to happen. Joe Hendry is going to be in that ladder match then, which it just okay, this is the part that pissed me off about Ava. It's like, so she gave the spot to the guy that what it seems like was a guy that attacked Joe Hendry before the match. So she's rewarding the attacker, and then she's like, "Oh, and if Joe Hendry's okay, we're just gonna add him to the match." So it's like, then what the hell was the point of having this fucking qualifying match then, or announcing it, or having any of these matches in that case? Just pick six guys and boom, be done with it. This shit was dumb.
At least we know that the rest of that faction is barred from ringside.
I guess. All right, so and then so after they do this thing, right? They show Ava on the headset controlling stuff backstage like, "Oh, well, this match didn't happen like scheduled, so now we got to hurry up and get everything ready for the show. Like, okay, get the next match out there. Like she's fucking coordinating everything backstage in this phony ass looking headset that she wears. And the first match is a tag team match between Out the Mud and Dark State. It
for
was
the
a
tag titles.
it was for the tag titles. Okay. Um Yeah, it was a good tag team match. I'm not gonna lie. I liked one of the guys from Dark State a lot that we don't really get to see a whole lot. I forgot his name, but he was a smaller guy in the faction. He was moving good in the ring, man. He was really entertaining too. I like
Yeah, I
his
know who you're talking about. He had the white gear on, if I remember correctly.
yes, he was wearing the white suit, and he was really good, man. I liked his facial expressions when he was selling. You know, he has like that, makes those funny faces and stuff when he gets scared, and he's really animated. That guy, I can't remember his name, but in Out the Mud, two big ass dudes. They look really good. Um, yeah, it was an exciting tag team match to kick off the show, and then of course things got crazy right off the bat because after the match, every tag team ran out there and just started beating the fuck out of each other.
Yeah, when it comes to this match, I absolutely loved it. I really did. This is the type of tag match that we need on the main roster. The whole unstoppable force meets unstoppable object. Like, that is what we need. But the problem is the main roster throws all that out the window right after developmental happened, it seems. So, yeah. But this match in itself, I absolutely loved it simply because of that. Dark State, surprise, surprise, had to have a plan to themselves to figure out how the hell they were going to beat Out the Mud, because Out the Mud had them quite a bit in this match. They were on top the majority of this match. Out the Mud was. But Dark State found the way to beat Out the Mud and retain the gold.
Yeah, man. What do you think is happening with all these tag teams? Because they obviously all want a shot at the NXT tag team titles, right? But the crazy thing about all this, after the match, we saw Sean Spears and his tag team partner, who I can't remember his fucking name because they never fucking tell us what the names of these people are. They were the
have named him, but they've only said his first name, and I can't remember for the life of me what the fuck it is.
but they're from the Culling, right? Which is also a weird name. That's the name of their faction with Izzy Dame, right?
Yeah.
So they get in the ring and they attack Out the Mud. And I thought that was interesting because last week when we talked about NXT, I was like, we never see Sean Spears do anything. We never see Sean Spears get physical or get involved, and he's really good. He's like one of the veterans on NXT, and we finally see him get his hands a little dirty on this episode of NXT, and I popped for that because I'm like, yes, finally. The other guy that Sean Spears is with, his tag team partner, also looks pretty intimidating. He looks pretty good. You know, he's got good size. He's really athletic. But again, we never get to see these guys fight, hardly ever. So hopefully this leads to at least seeing some more matches with them. That's who I would like to see more of out of all these tag teams, if I'm being honest.
I'm with you there. I feel like Sean Spears needs to be in the ring more since we don't really see him in the ring that often anymore. But what I did find interesting is who they showed during the match backstage watching it.
Hank and
fucking Tank were in the back watching the match. And I find that interesting because I would not mind, once again, another tag championship match with them.
All right. Up next, we had Jada Parker versus Nikita Lyons. Nikita Lyons, haven't seen her in a hot ass minute either. But she's been on
Evolve.
She's been on Evolve, and good for her, man. she looked like she's improving, Nikita Lyons. At least the last time I saw her was a long time ago. So she looks different. She looks slimmer too. Not saying that she was like big back then, but she was bigger. Um so yeah, I like this match for what it was, which was to put Jada Parker over because she just came back and she's in this feud with Blake Monroe. But the way that this match got put together again was kind of ridiculous in that backstage segment because Nikita Lyons is like, he told Blake Monroe, hey, I know I don't know you. I know we're not friends, but I'm going to fight Jada Parker for you. So you don't have to fight her. And it's like, why? What Nikita Lyons, this girl who thinks, she's hot shit, is doing favors for other people. Why? Like, that made no sense to me, but that's how this match got set up, Tommy. What did you think?
I feel like this match was great, at least in my opinion on it. Because Jada Parker, I cannot really name a bad match with her. I just can't. And then Nikita Lyons, she's once again being shown on NXT. The last time we saw her, it was in that giant pile-up for the Women's North American title within that open challenge with Thea Hill. That was the last time we saw her on NXT. So I am so happy that she is being shown in ring. And what happens after, I find very interesting because once again, Blake Monroe comes on the screen and goes, hey, yeah, you had your fun. That was a pretty decent match, but it wasn't good enough because it didn't have the glamour connected to it. I came at you and I absolutely tried to teach you a lesson on why not to take the spotlight off of me. So, when's that match going to happen? When is their first match going to happen? Please make it soon.
Well, when is the ladder match going to happen? Do they have a PLE coming up, NXT?
No, it's just next week.
The ladder match is next week on NXT?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
They made it February 3rd, which is next Tuesday.
Got it. Okay. All right. Speaking of the ladder match, the first qualifying match of the night, we have Miles Bourne versus Dion Lennox. And before this match, we saw a backstage segment with Ethan Page and Ricky Saints trying to piss off Miles Bourne, but to light a fire in him, show his aggressiveness, to wake him up a little bit before his match versus Dion Lennox. And it seemed to work. Miles Bourne gets hot at Ricky. He goes off on both Ethan and Ricky, and then he storms to the ring. And then this match starts, right? And then the first 30 seconds, they're going at a pretty intense pace. They're trying to make this thing exciting and hard hitting. And like at the start of the match, they take a ugly bump. Both these guys end up crashing hard because of a miscommunication. And it's like, oh no, it was kind of a letdown because, the match started off with good energy and everything. And after that, it was just kind of like, oh fuck, well, that wasn't supposed to happen, And after that, it felt like it took them a while to get back into that groove, into that rhythm, So that kind of killed this whole match for me. I was pulling for Miles Bourne all the way, but Dion Lennox got the win. And then I was so disappointed. I was so upset because I'm like, my God, like, who are we putting in this fucking ladder match? Like, we're not getting Miles Bourne. We're not getting Tavion Heights. Like, we're not getting any of like the good guys that I actually want to see on this fucking ladder match, right? But then after the match, Miles Bourne lost because of Ethan Page. Ethan Page was out there trying to help Miles Bourne, handed him the title. The referee saw it, took it away from Miles Bourne, led to a distraction. Dion Lennox took advantage, got the pin, 1, 2, 3. But at least Miles Bourne is not going to be in the ladder match. but at least this looks like they're setting up a potential feud and a match versus Ethan Page for the North American Championship, which I'm all for.
Well, I love the fact that in that backstage segment that you were talking about, the way it ended was Ethan Page looking over at Ricky Sainz and just going, I love the fact that it takes to put a fire under his ass, you being your irritating self. And he said that to Ricky Sainz. So coming from Ethan Page, there's that. But I think the reason why all of the people we want in this ladder match isn't in this ladder match is to save them from who won the main event, in which we'll get to here soon. Because holy crap, the man that won that, good luck. But when it comes to Miles Bourne and this, I think because of who won the main event, I'm really, really happy that Miles Bourne isn't in this ladder match, because he doesn't have to worry about getting injured or anything by a ladder. Because these ladders have a habit of breaking people. So that's mainly why I think that they're not putting all of the people we want in there.
All right. Up next, we had the King, Lexis King, in a match, and this was actually a match and not an 8-second squash, versus Tavion Heights. Two of my favorites, if I'm being honest, man. I love Lexis King. Tavion Heights is one hell of a fucking athlete. And again, this goes back to last month where they were in that speed tournament. Lexis King got demolished by Tavion Heights in 8 seconds. And ever since then, man, Lexis King has been on a hot streak, man. He's been pissed off, beating people up. So it looks like they're finally doing something with Lexis King. It took Lexis King to hit rock bottom to get embarrassed, to lose in 8 seconds, to come back like this, had a dope match with Tavion Heights, and actually won the damn thing. What did you think about that, Tommy?
I love that they're constantly reminding him that he lost in 8 seconds. Because in a backstage segment which set up this match, that is literally what Tavion Heights said to him, which is something along the lines of, I'll kick your ass in 8 seconds again. So they love reminding him that he lost in 8 seconds to Tavion Heights. Which, honestly, I'm glad that happened, because this was a banger of a match in itself. What I found interesting is the fact that during the match, Stax got involved. Not physically involved, but he was still there, standing there as a distraction, mainly because of the fact that, as they said on commentary, there's been this thing going on in TNA where Lexis King has been helping Stax out with that international title. So I'm finding that very interesting, the fact that he is now helping out Lexis King in matches on NXT.
Yeah, I think part of that has to do with the fact that we've been seeing these encounters with Lexis King being a second generational superstar himself, being the son of Brian Pillman. He's having encounters with other second generation current NXT stars, like I believe one of them was the son of Finley, which I don't know his name, but also the son of William Regal. I think his name is like Dempsey or something like that.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
believe so.
yeah,
I
and then,
know exactly about.
huh?
I know exactly who you're talking about. That is his last name. I just cannot remember for the life of me what his first name is.
Yeah. And then also Ariana Grace, who's the daughter of Santino. So I think Lexis King is like trying to form like this second generational superstar faction, which has that ever been done before? Like every single member is a second generational superstar.
I
I don't.
don't think so. I mean, the only thing that I could think of really is the Authority, maybe, but they're not all of them were second generation.
The Authority was who again?
I know it's like Ric Flair, Triple H, Batista,
No,
which I
that
and
was
Randy was in there as well, since
uh,
that's why I said all of them were.
no, that was Evolution, and no,
Yeah, that's what it was. But
yeah,
still, not all of them were second generation. So I don't think there's been a faction that's like been fully second generation built.
yeah, and I understand Dempsey, the other guy,
Charlie
Ariana.
Dempsey
Who?
is Charlie
Who?
Dempsey.
Okay, yeah, Ariana Grace, but Stacks is just there because he's Ariana Grace's boyfriend. I don't think he's a second generation superstar, is he?
I don't think so. I'll have to look up his family later, but I don't think he is.
All right. Then up next, we got your girl Zarya, who she's going through it with Sol Ruka still. When are they gonna break up? Let's just get that over with because holy shit. They were supposed to have a tag team match or something. I don't fucking know
No,
because
that tag match is happening next week.
it was supposed to happen this week though, right? But it didn't because Sol Ruka wasn't there for whatever reason.
No, I think that was just that was just a number one contendership last week is what it was. And next week is when they're going to have that tag match for the Knockouts tag team titles.
Oh, for the titles that aren't even for for NXT, it's for TNA.
Yep.
Oh boy. Okay. So Zarya wrestled Thea Hale, and Thea Hale won. And who cares? Why should we?
Well, it was via distraction because Izzy Dame was on commentary. And who decides to show up and attack Izzy? None other than Tatum Paxley.
I completely forgot about that. That's how invested I was in this fucking match.
Yeah, that's how she won, is because of the fact that Zarya got distracted from the attack all of a sudden because that just brought chaos. And my guess with the reason why Izzy was out there is because of the fact that not Zarya, but the other one is in the triple threat next week.
Thea Hale?
Yes. Because next week it'll be a triple threat for the North American title between Thea Hill, Izzy Dame, and Lola Vice.
Great. Wonderful. Another triple threat match. My favorite.
Which means odds are Tatum Paxley will get involved.
Such great stuff here, Tommy. Okay, we had another qualifying match with the new up and coming NXT star Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves. What the fuck is his name? Keanu Carver. Keanu Reeves is an actor, huh?
Yeah. I swear, you and randomly comparing wrestlers to fucking celebrities. First, it was Ariana Grace with Ariana Grande.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's Keanu. Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Carver is an absolute beast. God damn, this guy's impressive. But they put him up against the PE teacher from Chase U. So it's like, really? Okay. But I thought this was going to be a more convincing win, I don't know, man. I mean, this guy, I don't know too much about this guy. What's his name? The guy from Chase U that Keanu wrestled?
Andre Chase.
Okay. Andre Chase looks like a PE teacher. He's literally dressed like one. He just looks so goofy and nerdy. But he had a 50-50 match versus this beast new guy, Keanu Carver, and it's just like, okay, whatever. So I didn't really like this match. Keanu Carver got a few impressive looking spots, but he got he took a lot of damage in this match, man. I wasn't really a fan of how this thing turned out, but Keanu Carver won. He qualified for the ladder match. That's good, but nah, man, this was not it for me.
Yeah, he qualified for the ladder match and then decided, hey, I'm not done yet, and fucked up Andre Chase's jaw on the steel steps. So, good old Andre Chase ain't gonna be in NXT for a while because his mouth is all bloodied up. So he's definitely gonna be out for a while. And this is the man that I think is going to be absolutely terrifying in that ladder match. He is going to be terrifying with a ladder. Know how we were all saying that Penta should stay away from ladders when he debuted?
Yeah.
In this case, everybody should stay away from Keanu Carver with a ladder. Because this man is not going to hold back. He is just going to fuck everybody up next week.
And after this match, Tommy, I'm on it. I was done with this show, if I'm being honest, dude. So what did I miss? Because there were still like 15 minutes left on this show after this match. But I was so done with this match already. What happened after this?
What you missed was a classic talk between all of the competitors of the ladder match, starting off with everybody except for Ricky Saints. He was not out yet. Sean Legacy was out there. Keanu Carver, obviously, because it was directly after the match. So everybody except for Ricky Saints were there.
So let me go over the names real quick. So far for the names that have been confirmed for, not so far, these are the names that are confirmed for the ladder match. Ricky Saints, Sean Legacy, Shiloh Hill, Jackson Drake, Dion Lennox, Keanu Carver, and Joe Hendry.
We don't know about Joe Hendry yet. He's not completely cleared. Although he did come out at the end of this segment and start going at it with Ricky Saints. He beat the crap out of him. But what I find interesting is who was left standing. Keanu Carver ransacked everybody and was the man standing tall at the end of the night. Which makes me think, are they going to debut him and then immediately put the NXT title on him?
That's a good question. Who do you think is going to win this thing? Let's do predictions, Tommy.
Ricky Saints is out. I don't think he's even getting close to it. Because he does not need to become two-time NXT champion. If Joe Hendry is involved, he's obviously going to go after and mainly target the Evolve Men's Champion. Because he took him out. That's an obvious choice there. So out of the men that are left, I have to go with Keanu Carver. Because of the fact that he's been ransacking everybody. Nobody on that fucking roster has survived this man yet.
Yeah. I would love to see Ricky Saints win it again. I love Ricky Saints as NXT champion. But I think it's time for Joe Hendry to win it. I think that story would be a great one to tell. The guy that was questioned or questionable to even be in this thing, who might not be in this thing, shows up and he's okay to compete and then he wins it. I think that would be a nice little pop. And also, I think Joe Hendry deserves it, man. He's been there for quite some time. So I say give Joe Hendry a run at it now, especially since Ricky Saints has already held it not that long ago.
He has been going after it ever since he was on NXT.
Yeah.
Ever since he was on TNA. Like, even while he was still contracted with them, he was still going after that NXT title.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens next week. That was the NXT review with the Snug Wrestling crew. Tommy, let's get up out of here, bro.
Stay safe, stay savage, stay snug. Get your damn merch. It will be in the bio of this episode. All of our bios on all of our socials, along with the bios of literally every episode that we've got. So, that was 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.